I got a 2008 Saturn View. It came in with a box of stuff that he wanted to replace on it. He said you want to put, what is this, fan control module. He got an oxygen sensor. And we got 4 injectors that we got to put in the car. All to try, all in effort to correct a lean running condition here. Look at our mass airflow, it's a little low, 2.2 grams per second, and it's supposed to be a little higher with the 700 RPM. Rule of thumb, from what I've experienced, I mean that is correct. You want the displacement at 500 RPM, which is this is a 2.4, and it should be around 3.1 at 700 RPM. Because even at 500 RPM, it's supposed to meet the displacement of the vehicle, and it's not, and it's below that. So this is where throwing parts at a car goes wrong. And I'm gonna kind of be that guy today, because even though he bought all this stuff, I'm gonna do what I'm told. And I said, you know what, let me take a little bit of time and look at the vehicle and see if it actually needs this stuff. And the first thing I go to look for is vacuum leaks, and lo and behold, there's our problem right here. Got a little bit of focusing problems with the camera. But here's our problem right here. The intake, the air duct is loose. It's loose up here. So I'm gonna slide this back on. And I'm gonna leave it a little loose, but we're gonna check to see what our numbers are now. Look at that. Just from sliding back on appropriately, we have our numbers, like they're supposed to be. So yeah, and you know, I've done this in the past where I've told customers, hey, you don't need these things, but he honestly bought these parts. He said, hey, I got them, just throw them on there anyway in an effort to correct this problem. It don't need it, but we're gonna put some injectors on here anyway. Let me go in here and see what our fuel trims look like. Oh, my camera having a hard time focusing today. Let's go down. Where's our fuel trim? Okay, so that went a lot better. So it's going to auto correct, but I'm just going to correct it right now. So it'll, wait, I don't have that feature because I'm not in the special functions. There you go. Fuel trim reset. Alright, I'm going to auto correct it and bring them back down to 0, because even though it'll auto correct, I can make that happen. Before, it would just automatically want to go back up to positive 10 long-term fuel trim, and the short-term we pegged out at 25. So, but let's change some injectors and I guess throw some parts at the car. So here's our culprit. It was just a loose intake tube. But like I said, we're gonna shoot some parts at it since they want to. Oh gosh, caught that. Like when I tell you that thing be falling all the time. I'm gonna have to take a mind you, I didn't put a flathead or anything to it. It just came off. So he also has some other codes relating to the pedal assembly. Thought about it not being a correlation, but I think that's probably in part due to his low battery. It periodically dies over a couple of days, so it probably ain't the wiring, because that looks great.
everybody else feel about working on like aimless projects, but I mean, maybe the vehicle will run a lot better once we put new injectors in it. But it, you know, they rarely go bad. The car doesn't need it. Let's go to the coolant. Let's pump right up. Alright, I'm not going to leave it right there. I can depressurize it. I don't really have to take the quick disconnect off to the far right here. I will. It's not that hot, so it shouldn't give it too much more pressure once I get these fuel injectors out. I'm not going to take the quick disconnect off. Oh gosh, up here to the far right, I'm just going to leave that right there. I got enough wiggle room to manipulate the fuel rail to get it all the way out. Let's take those off. Shoot like 10 millimeter. I'm aware working with electricity around gasoline, this is hazardous. Oh shit, nah. I did that. Totally my fault. The plan was not to take the quick disconnect off, but I think I might have to make life a little bit more easier. This is going to be an appropriate one. It's cool. It was totally expected. Alright. Let's see what we got here. this off. This retaining clip. Simply just pull the injector out. And go to the connector here. Pull that down. Down the tab. Pull it out. You make sure you use the right injectors. They look a little different. Gotta be careful about taking that off, because shoot, I break that, boy, I'm SOL. I'm gonna clean that off real good before I get it back in there. So it seems like two of them stayed in there. Oh, no, just one. There's one. I can pull it out. I'm going to leave it right there. Yeah, these are dirty. Some of that's going to have to get digested in the engine once I get it back running. Penetrating oil to make life a little easier. It'll evaporate once I get it running. God, it was a lot easier. Preferably I like to use WD-40, but I don't have any. This one's not 100% clean. I'm gonna hit it with a double dose of penetrating oil. Let's get those injectors back in there. let's get those fasteners. Start up. Just out of curiosity, what are our fuel trims looking like now? So it's at -2, which is great. I'm just gonna go ahead and reset it anyway, just see what happened, where it naturally will go. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Should not have any more issues with this lean code, being that the air ducts are tight now, and I'm pretty sure it has a little bit better power, probably a little bit more responsive since the fuel injectors are in there. You know what I should have done probably was look at the data, like with the old injectors with it fixed. Maybe I might have that in there. I'm so focused on recording and stuff, but this is really good. It's very close to zero at idle. It's really good. So we'll see what happens once once drive it and see how close it stays to zero. But it's running excellent right now. And simply it was just the intake that was loose. But he did Google the issue, and this is what it told him, and he bought a bunch of parts, and this is why I'm going to replace everything else now. I think he needed a blower motor. He said he needed a blower resistor,
I'm not sure why he's replacing the blower resistor in the car too, and that works fine. I don't know, man. This job seems aimless. But I'm gonna get on to it. Other than that, hit that link, subscribe to the channel, stay informed, have that reassurance in my work. See you on the next one.